able to think freely, that's where my inspiration comes from. Really what I'm writing about is the idea of love. So I'm writing more about an idea rather than a personal experience that I've had with any one person. And so that in that way, it's very easy for me to write about it because we all have ideas of what we think love is, right? And I'm basically just sharing what my ideas are.
Meet Farouk Mansour. He may seem like your typical UC Berkeley undergrad, but what is not visible at first sight is the passion and desire that Farouk has for writing, a passion that, despite a hectic school schedule, has led him so far as to publish his first book, The Lost Sunset. I read the book and I thought it was great because I felt like you put a lot of your own emotion and feelings into it. Can you give us a synopsis of the story?
Sure. I would describe it as a philosophical story about love rather than simply just as a love story. Now, the reason I say that is because, of course, it does have a love story, but I only use it as a tool to illustrate the philosophies of love and life, and it's not really the main part of the book. And it's really the book is about a man who has a desire to find love, but not the patience to find it. And it's really his struggle to find what he desires most in life, which is, of course, love.
So where does the inspiration behind writing this book come from?
Well, ever since I was a kid, the idea that has always consumed my thoughts the most has been the idea of love. And I feel that the best way to make sense of something is to write about it. And so naturally, that's where the inspiration came from for writing this particular book. When I was thinking of who the narrators would be, I wanted it to be very unique, and I wanted to be able to tell the story from a perspective that was not human. And of course, that's kind of an impossible task because I am a human, but I wanted to try to tell the story from a perspective outside of my own. So there are 3 narrators in the book. The first one is the sun, the second one is the moon, and the third one I'm going to leave up to the readers to discover on their own.
After getting to know Farouk, I saw that despite his young age at only 22, Farouk is wise beyond his years with a strong philosophy of life, something that is reflected in his writings and that he attributes to certain people in his life.
I've been blessed. I've had many people in my life who have been able to shape my life in a positive way. If you go back to my high school years, when I was a freshman in high school, I was very bashful, I was very shy, and oftentimes I was very uncomfortable in my own skin. But a guy by the name of Coach Gary Petrilla, he completely changed my life. He was my basketball coach in high school. He made me confident. He gave me the courage to feel that I could accomplish anything that I wanted in my life. And then after that, another basketball coach that I had in high school was Coach Steven Schultz. And he changed the way I viewed the world and saw the world around me. And he's actually the first person who handed me my first book. And I feel it's telling that the person who inspired me to read in the first place was not an English teacher or someone in the academic field, but it was my basketball coach. And from that inspiration that I received through reading, I wanted to give to others through writing, so I began writing.
Well, thank you, Farouk, for letting me borrow the book. It was a very enjoyable read.
Oh, please, I want you to have it.
Oh, thank you so much.
Of course.
Can you autograph it?
Definitely, of course I can.
Farouk plans on attending law school after graduating, but he says he will always be a writer, known to his readers as FG Mansour.